Hey, babe. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okie dokes, here we go. We are cruising right along, and we are on chapter 16 already as we walk through the book Speaking Story, written by me, Sally Z. I'm delighted that you're here. Today, we are talking about, this episode is about how we put our signature story into our message. So in the last episode, we were talking about how do we excavate our stories? Like, how do we know which story is needed when? And as we move through that process, most of us tend to land on what we call a signature story. And I just want to put a little bit of an asterisk around that word, because sometimes people think, oh, signature is like one, and we tell that same one forever and ever and ever. But it will always change and adapt and iterate, because speaking, as we know, is contextual. So in this chapter, I share with you what I call a message hierarchy. And this hierarchy really helps decide which story is needed to ensure that it's hitting the mark. And when we think about a signature story, that's why I put this in the form of a hierarchy, because within, let's just say, for example, you're building a signature talk. Within that talk, you might tell 4 or 5 stories. Each one of those stories is not necessarily your signature story, but it is a story. The rest of this book is going to show you how to build that story and how to really cultivate great storytelling so that it is amplifying the point that you're making and illustrating the points that you're making. So you can do that with any story, many stories. But when we talk about a signature story, we're really looking at what's the story that helps us unlock what you want to be known for, that message. And yes, if you are a leader and you are not trying to build a business around this message, but you are trying to lead around a message, you need a signature story. It is repeatable, it is scalable, and ultimately, if you ever wanted it to be, it could be profitable too. I'm excited for you to check out this message hierarchy, and I hope it's helpful. Let's dive in.
Hey everybody, and welcome to This Moved Me, a podcast about creating talks that move the world. With me, your host, Sally Zimney.
This complimentary listening of the Speaking Story audiobook is brought to you in part by the Be Moved Institute, or as I lovingly refer to it, Be Me. Leadership almost always comes with a microphone, movers, whether that's a meeting, a presentation, a tough conversation, a keynote conference opportunity that you have. I mean, even if you would never call yourself a speaker or a storyteller, you are one. You just might not have the tools that you need yet, or the support that you need yet. And that's why I created the Unspeaker Simple Storytelling audio course. It's like having me right alongside you on your walk or in the car on your commute, and it guides you through simple, powerful exercises to find the leadership stories that are already inside you and that will move your people. It's $49, but it's truly priceless, and I'm really excited to give you the opportunity to come join me over there. All you have to do is head to sally-z.com/unspeaker to get started. And while you're there, join the wait list for the Be Moved Institute, an incredible 2-day experience where we are giving corporate leaders the tools to present with power and clarity and authenticity and support. Now, let's get into the chapter. Chapter 16, Putting Your Signature Story in Your Message. Now that we've thought about how to bring more of you out into the world through your overall message and how to do it in a way that serves your audience and your business, we need to make sure that your story is going to point directly at what you just got clear about.
In other words, we want to make sure that whatever story you choose is reflective of your moving message. Here's the message hierarchy, a powerful framework that has helped my speakers clarify each story they tell to ensure it's hitting the mark. To get a clearer picture of your signature story, we start with the most basic of questions. What do you want to be known for? Or, as I like to think of it, what's your take on your topic or industry? Let's use this image to help us. Imagine an umbrella. Outside the umbrella is your topic, and it's raining. Okay? The topic area is the rain, and let's be real, there are a lot of people speaking in your industry, likely on the same topic. There are a lot of experts out there, and in some industries, it's absolutely pouring rain with speakers speaking about the same topic. So how can you open an umbrella and create a dry, safe, and defined space that is just yours? A place where people can seek out shelter. This is where your moving message comes in, and where your differentiation can help you open that umbrella and create space in your industry that is just yours. Let's take my own message hierarchy as an example. My industry or topic is speaking. Ooh, it's a very rainy industry, like monsoon season, people. So many speaker coaches out there. So how do I differentiate myself? What is my take on the topic? My take on the topic is that authentic, story-based speaking is how you move your audience. Each of those words is a differentiator for me. My dual focus on authenticity and a story-based, story-driven message, all to not just impact or impress an audience, but to move them. All the perfect gestures, the lack of filler words, the obsession over image, the polishing away of our humanness, blah. And that belief, that take, should be seen and felt in every story I share. Where does that belief come from? There's a story there. And it's likely a signature story that is essential for you to identify and speak about regularly. That signature story lives under your umbrella. When I'm consistently sharing signature stories that uphold my take, that live under the umbrella, it helps me underline my point of view and establish myself as an expert and authority. It also differentiates me from my competition in a way that isn't just smarty smart, but also meaningful, personal, and felt. That's the end of this chapter of Speaking Story. If you want to keep listening ad-free, you can find the full audiobook on Audible or subscribe wherever you get your podcasts or on YouTube. And if this chapter stirred something in you, if it, shall we say, moved you, let me suggest that you start with the Unspeaker Simple Storytelling Audio Mini Course at sally-z.com/unspeaker. All right, movers, this moved me. What is moving you? See you next time.